So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea behind this lecture series is twofold. We want you to revise your current affairs and we want you to revise them by getting the much needed MCQ practice. Because MCQ practice would come in really handy for your prelims examination. Because prelims examination is all about MCQs. And current affairs form a very dominant portion of prelims examination. Around 40 to 50% of the MCQs are directly or indirectly related to current affairs. Therefore, this lecture series is of extreme importance because if you will make this lecture series a part of your daily routine, then 4 to 5 MCQs covered on a daily basis would add up to more than 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone. So needless to say this, make this lecture series a part of your daily routine. And we shall begin today's session starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding BIMSTEC. It is a regional grouping of South and Southeast Asian countries that was formed in 1997 under Bangkok Declaration. The 6th summit of BIMSTEC is being held in Bangkok, Thailand, which also serves as the headquarters of BIMSTEC. Okay. The theme for this year's summit is Prosperous, Resilient and Open BIMSTEC. Okay. So now, BIMSTEC is Bay of Bengal Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, alright, and it is a regional grouping of, South and Southeast Asian countries. Basically, there are 7 members to this organization. Who are these members? Well, there is India, there is Bangladesh, there is Bhutan, there is Nepal, there is Sri Lanka, and then there is Myanmar and Thailand. Okay, so it basically acts as a bridge between South Asia and Southeast Asia. Okay, now it was a regional grouping of South and Southeast Asian countries that was formed in 1997 under Bangkok Declaration. This is absolutely correct. Now its 6th summit is being held in Bangkok, Thailand. The 5th summit was held in 2022 in Colombo, Sri Lanka. It has been 3 years since the last summit. So now the 6th summit is being held in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, this part is correct as far as this statement is concerned, but the headquarters of BIMSTEC is not in Bangkok, Thailand. Okay, it is in Dhaka, Bangladesh. So the first part of the statement is correct, but because of the second part, the statement is false. Now, the theme for this year's summit, which is going to be held in on April 4th, is Prosperous, Resilient and Open BIMSTEC. This part is absolutely correct. Okay, so only 2 statements are correct. The answer is B. Question number 2. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Northwest Passage? The Northwest Passage is a sea route connecting Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Arctic archipelago of Canada. Roald Amundsen is credited with being the first to successfully navigate the Northwest Passage, completing the voyage in 1903 to 1906. All the members of Arctic Council consider this to be international waters. Okay. So the thing is, as you know that the Earth narrows around the poles. Okay, so the distance gets shortened around the poles. Now, Atlantic and Pacific Ocean becomes very close, come very close to each other, close to the poles. Okay. Now, Northwest Passage is basically a sea route that passes through the broken part of Canada. You must have seen Canada on your maps, right? So the broken part, broken islands of Canada, right? So Northwest Passage passes through that. It connects Atlantic Ocean with Pacific Ocean. This part is absolutely correct. And passes through Arctic archipelago of Canada. This part is absolutely correct. But the thing is, this sea route is very difficult because it consists of many icebergs. It remains frozen for quite some time of the year. So it is very difficult to navigate this passage through sea. Though this serves as the shortest route between Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. And for Europeans, it serves as the shortest route to Asia as well. Okay. Any which way, Northwest Passage is a sea route connecting Atlantic and Pacific. This part is absolutely correct. Roald Amundsen is credited with being the first. This part is absolutely correct. Now, currently, this Northwest Passage is under dispute. Well, why? The thing is, it is quite significant because this forms the shortest sea route between Europe and Asia. So countries in the Arctic region, because this route passes through Arctic Ocean, countries in the Arctic region want to control it. Now, technically speaking, it passes through the territorial waters of Canada, right? So Canada asserts sovereign control over this route. But the thing is, many other countries in the Arctic region who want to exploit this route, they say that because of the significance of this route, it should be declared international waters and freedom of navigation should be allowed here. Canada disputes that, but USA and other interested parties say it should be declared international waters. Right now, there is no mechanism to govern the geopolitics of this region. So, all the members of Arctic Council consider this to be international waters? Absolutely not. Canada is part of Arctic Council and it does not consider it to be international waters, it considers it to be territorial waters. So, this part is false. Okay, 1 and 2 only. Question 3. Consider the following statements regarding Arctic Council. It was established in 1996 by Ottawa Declaration. The council comprises 8 member states: Canada, Denmark because of Greenland, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden and US. The chairmanship of the Arctic Council rotates among the member states every 2 years. It has secretariat located in Toronto, Canada. Okay. So Arctic Council is basically a council that, well, governs Arctic region, but it does not govern the geopolitics or politics of the Arctic region. It was formed to protect the environment, the pristine environment of Arctic region, so that the environment is not exploited by one particular country. For that reason alone, Arctic Council was formed. So environmental protection, sustainable development, that was the purpose of Arctic Council. It has no other purpose. It doesn't decide which routes shall be controlled by which country. It doesn't do that. But for cooperation as far as environment of the region is concerned, Arctic Council was formed by Ottawa Declaration in 1996. Absolutely correct. And these are the 8 members of Arctic Council. This is also correct. Plus, the chairmanship of Arctic Council rotates every 2 years, okay, among the member countries. This part is also correct. But its secretariat is not in Toronto, Canada. It is in Tromsø, Norway. All right. So this part is false. 1, 2 and 3 only. The answer is A. Question 4. Consider the following regarding NITI NCAER States Economic Forum Portal. It is a digital platform offering state-wise data to support evidence-based policy making and research. It offers 30 years of consolidated data on social, economic and fiscal parameters of Indian states. It covers 28 states and structure around demography, economic structure, socio-economic and fiscal indicators. So NITI Aayog and National Center for Applied Economic Research have created a web portal under the stewardship of Finance Ministry. The web portal is called States Economic Forum Portal. On this portal, all the data with respect to the finances of the states, economy of the states, socio-economic indicators of the states of India will be published. So on this portal, different states' data, economic indicators, all these indicators would be published, okay? And this data will be from past 30 years, from 1990-91 onwards, okay? So it is a digital platform offering state-wise data to support evidence-based policy making and research. Absolutely correct. It offers 30 years of consolidated data. This is also correct. Data of 28 states with respect to their demography, economic structure, socio-economy and fiscal indicators would be available. All these statements are correct. Okay. The full form of NCAR is National, if you forget it. So remember this. NITI everyone knows. National Institute of Transforming India. National Center for Applied Economic Research. Okay, NCAER. So NITI Aayog and NCAER have constructed this portal. All right, the answer is D. And last but definitely not the least, which of the above statements are correct regarding Naini Lake of Uttarakhand? It is a natural freshwater lake, tectonic in origin and crescent-shaped, situated in Garhwal region of Uttarakhand. It was first recorded by British businessman P. Barron in 1839, leading to the development of Nainital as colonial hill station. Well, in local language of Uttarakhand, well, Tal means lake. Okay, so Nainital means Naini Lake, and Nainital city is basically constructed around this lake, which is a freshwater lake, and it is tectonic in origin because a depression was created because of the movement of tectonic plates, and water was filled in that lake. Okay, not artificially, naturally through streams. It is crescent shaped, moon shaped, half moon shaped, and it is situated in Kumaon region of Uttarakhand, not Garhwal region. As I mean, you should know this, that Uttarakhand is divided into two parts, Kumaon region and Garhwal region. Okay, so it is in Kumaon region, Nainital. So this statement is false. Otherwise, everything would have been correct except for this Garhwal part. Okay. Now, it was first recorded by British businessman P. Barron in 1839, and when he recorded it, he said that this can be an ideal station for colonial officers who are used to cold climate. As you know, our colonial masters, back then they were our masters. So all these Britishers, well, they were used to cold climates, okay, or cooler climates. So they used to find heat in the Indian subcontinent a little unbearable. So that is why they constructed, well, hill stations as their own stations. Okay, their officers would be sent there to recuperate, rejuvenate, because that type of climate in India's hill stations, Shimla, Nainital, all these stations, well, that suited them because, well, basically it reminded them of home, back home, right? So after spotting this town, well, the Britishers constructed a colonial hill station called Nainital. So this part is correct. And the answer to this question would be only 2B. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it would add more value if you revise this as well. Now, by revision, I mean taking another 5 to 10 minutes, taking a look at written detailed solutions to each and every MCQ discussed above. Now, these solutions are provided in our notes, and these notes are shared on our Telegram platform. Where can you find our Telegram platform? Well, just below this video in the comment section, you'll find a link. Just click on that link. It'll take you to our Telegram channel, and from there you can download the notes for this lecture and do the necessary revision. And on that note, I'll be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.